So the next point that people should also be looking to make sure they're working in the right ways in their business, right, is your efficiency level. Any tools that you bring on into your team should be allowing you to create efficiency in your business. Efficiency looks like you being able to go from one process in your business to another process without there being any friction in between the two processes. Okay? Or within a singular process, right? So there are so many different processes in our business, right? We have inquiry processes, we have booking processes, we have onboarding, offboarding, right? There's so many different processes. Now, if we take the time as a business owner to break those different processes down, we'll realize there's so many different steps. But us as business owners, because we do it every day, we're just thinking, okay, we gotta do it. We're not gonna think about, all the steps. That'll paralyze you in like, oh my gosh, I gotta do all of this stuff, right? But if you really want to become efficient, you want to start mapping out those different steps in your process, right? And then once you do that, right, that's probably the ugliest part of this whole thing, right? Mapping it out, really seeing all the work that you're doing and really coming to terms with yourself like, ooh, I'm doing a lot, okay? Now what comes next is you gotta find a software, a platform that is gonna support you in actually automating this process now, right? Creating that efficiency that you desire in your business so you can kind of pull yourself out, and instead of working in the business, now you're working on it. You know what I'm saying? So platforms like MetaConnects, my baby, allows you to do that in a sense because it has a fully automated workflow section where you can start to break those break those processes down and actually start to automate every single step. So I mean everything from the booking of a client, right? To the email confirmation,
the proposals, the contract,
proposals, reminders, notifications, okay? Email campaigns, SMS campaigns.
Invoicing.
Come on with it. So all the different processes that you kind of dread doing on your own, now you can automate them in that sense. So MetaConnects is amazing with that, right? You also have other platforms like Go High Level, right? You have other platforms like Salesforce, Zoho. All of these platforms, some way or another, allow you to automate your processes, right? And allow you to now truly be efficient in your business to the point where you can create more time for yourself.
So would you say that MetaConnects has these things already implemented into it? As far as like the Go High Level Salesforce, like all that's on MetaConnects?
Yes. So I would definitely say that, and not to toot my horn, but personal experience, y'all, of 5 to 6 years ago, I was maybe paying $700 to $800 a month for tech. That was me duct taping 10 different systems together so they could work for my business. And that's why I tell everybody, listen, no one system is built the same. No one business is built the same. You have to make a decision about the different processes that you have and what you truly want to automate and how you want to be efficient, right? So for me, that looked like paying almost $800 a month. But what it also looked like was I had a steady amount of revenue that I knew I could keep if I had all of these processes automated, right? So I never really thought about it in a sense of, gosh, I'm spending too much money.
Yeah.
Until I started making more money, then I started to think, okay, well, how can I continue to increase, but maybe decrease on my output?
Right.
And that made me discover, okay, I could actually align my processes different. I could actually implement the right software. And if I can't find it, I can create it.
Exactly.
I can implement things to a certain level, and then I can build on top of that, right? So that's how MetaConnects, came about, in a sense that I was in a position where I was paying almost $800 a month. And I did that because I wanted to keep my business efficient. I wanted to be productive.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a boss.
I was going to say the cost of being the boss.
The cost of being the boss, right? I wanted to be the boss. So I was willing to pay the cost at that time. But what I also learned was that bosses don't have to pay that much of that cost if we're smart about it, right?
Right.
And that's where working smarter, not harder, comes in. But we all have to have the mindset to say, there's something out there for me that I haven't found yet that's going to be a good solution, and believe in that, and it'll come to us. So that's what I found with MetaConnects and just building this platform out to support the almost $800 that I was spending before. Now it's encompassed in one platform for me.
Yeah.
I know that's a lot, but listen, you got to be true to this. All right.
Yes. And I definitely agree, because the way I look at it, because I was definitely spending on a lot of these productivity apps, and a lot of them do a good job of integrating with each other, but still I look at it as, if you want to picture extension cord, it's better to just have one long ass extension cord that'll plug from to the wall to wherever you plug it into, versus getting 3 or 4 and you're connecting it here, you're connecting it here, because now you're producing latency. Now you got all these connection points where something can go wrong. Water drips in between there, or somebody trips over it, and you might be like losing power. It's like, what? Everything's connected, but the one way down here is like it's maybe like separated a little bit. It's like somebody didn't tripped on it. So it's just like you introduce those kind of problems when you're integrating and doing all these different systems, versus just having one system where everything is there, everything's under one roof. So
this is a fact.
Yep.